Well, last night I did come back to the model table, and you probably noticed a couple of major changes. Yep, the funnels are on, and so are the two little hoists. Now, it is my plan for today to get these two major pieces on, and possibly some of the minor pieces. However, in a little over an hour, I have an appointment, and that's going to take up a little bit of time this morning. We'll see how that goes. Now, I was noticing that somehow I've managed to break this loose. I must have caught it on something. It's just not down properly here, so I'm going to have to re-glue this. I'll think of something. And I guess I'm going to have to repaint it with the number 22. Anyway, yeah, that was too bad. One thing I want to mention is that one of the viewers is doing a 400 scale, 400 to 1 scale of the Queen Mary II. And he's just starting it. So if some of you want to watch another ship being built, like an ocean liner, and the Queen Mary II is still in operation, sort of, you might want to check out his channel. And if I remember, I will put a link to his channel in the description in this video. Let's carry on here. And another nice sunrise this morning. Once again, if I remember, I will put it up in time-lapse. So you will see the half hour or whatever that I videoed run by in just a minute. I kind of like it. I kind of like watching sunrises and sunsets done in time-lapse. You sort of see the clouds rolling by, and something nice about that. Anyway, let's get on here with today and see how it goes. I may not be back until after I'm back from my appointment. Anyway, here we go. Episode 922 has been uploaded now for about 37 minutes. And I did come back here, and I've turned the ship around. I've been over it from stern to the bow. And when I got to the bow, I blew the anchor chains off of the, I guess you call these the ways? I'm not sure. So I'm going to have to put this back on. This end here actually goes down right in there. So I'm going to have to reposition everything. I did not glue the anchor chain down onto the ways. But that's not a problem. Otherwise, it went pretty good. Now I can see quite a big difference. Well, some difference. It just doesn't look dusty anymore like it did. I was finding that for the most part, the airbrush would blow it clear, and anywhere that I could see that there was something that seemed to be stuck on there. Well, then I would use this little brush here to try and loosen it. But there wasn't too much of that. I do believe it's ready to have the other parts added. And also, I was surprised that nothing blew loose. I thought that I might possibly have a problem with parts blowing off, but I didn't. The only place where there was a bit of a problem was where the searchlights were. They're kind of loose. I can't really show you one now. Back here. Anyway, that doesn't matter. It went pretty good. Let's get our anchor chains back on here. Now, I don't think our chain got twisted here. I think it's just a case of it came loose. Now, this end here, guess I'm going to have to take it back off of the Okay. Let's try not to scratch the deck because I don't have to repaint it. And I do recall I just stuck that down in there. It wasn't really, maybe we have to lift the anchor up just a little here. Now, what did I use? Did I use the holder downer to push it in? I'll just have to reposition here. Maybe I'll put the camera over on the other side and I can get in there. Right now the lens is in the way. The good old holder downer. Probably can't see it, but there is a hole there in the deck. Right underneath there, and the chain just dropped into it. Now, I don't want it too tight here because too short, because if it's too short this way, then the anchor is going to be a little bit too high. Now, granted, you can't see both anchors at the same time anyway, so if one was higher than the other, you'd never know. Okay, I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side here with this other one. Okay, I have turned our hood back around again, and the reason being is that the manual here has the bow headed this way, and I find if the ship is at the same orientation as the manual, it just for some reason seems a lot easier for me. You know, it'd be a shame if I got the funnels on backwards or something, right? Mind you, from what I remember, they're pretty symmetrical anyway, and I don't think anybody would notice. But I think it's keyed so that you can't put them on wrong. But we'll see when we get there. Now these ladders I was wondering about, but I can't put these ladders in place until after this piece is down, and then they'll go in place afterwards. So that's okay. So I would imagine that the first thing to do would be put the funnels on and then work from the inside out. Then put these on, then this, and then the ladders. And then, as far as I can tell, that's it for step 62. I'm scared to look. Oh, the boats. That won't be too bad. Okay, let's carefully remove our safety wire here. And I'm sure you remember that we have the safety wire because these things here are so easily broken. It seems to me that I've had to repair them twice. Now, as a lot of you know, the funnels in this kit, Trumpeter has done them wrong. They are both actually supposed to be the same size. And also a lot of you know that Steve in the model shed went to a lot of work to fabricate a funnel for the back that was the right size. Now, okay, so this one here is keyed. This is the larger one, so it has to go on the front. And you'll notice there's a keyway right there. And I don't know if I've ever actually tried this on here to see if it would fit. Or do I have this right? I don't want to break this little yeah, I don't believe I have ever tried this yet. So this is I had thought that it would probably just fall right into place here, but it's not. There we go. No? Well, what is binding here? Yeah, I got it right. I'm afraid to put any kind of force on it. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, let's try the back one. And the key is right there, so it has to go this way. I know it looks like there's something gouged out there, but that's gray paint. Yeah, this one might go easier. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Boy, does that ever make it look different. Okay, let's carefully take it back off again. Now, I haven't used this glue in quite a while, so it could be that the tube is plugged up. We'll soon know. No. I don't want it to run out onto the deck. I got a little bit heavy there. Well, I guess I can always repaint, right? There we go. I'll just work it in. Okay, I have to be careful I don't bend these things. All right, now the aft funnel. Now, when I was reaching over and grabbing this one, I brushed my hand on our spider, but just barely. Let's do a dry run here. Okay, I think if I use some extra thin, or it could be that even the Revell would work because it's sort of a solvent. Let's just see what would happen if we put a little bit of Revell in that hole right there. Now, as I've said so many times before, I'm glad I could cut out the dead spots here. Maybe I should have used the extra thin. No, I think it's going. Oh, I sort of scratched it with the tweezer, didn't I? Sorry about getting my hands in the way here. I'm going to end up breaking something. just try it again here. I think that's pretty good. Okay, I have turned our hood around. So that means that we're going to have the oh my. Okay, I almost bent the hook. I think this one's going to go better, but it may not. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that was a lucky break. I didn't bend it. I think I caught it a little bit on the deck or on one of these lockers maybe. Anyway, we'll let that cure. Or I guess it's not CA, so it doesn't cure. It just evaporates, dries out. Let's see if we can put something else on. Okay, we're turned around again. Got the orientation correct to the manual. Not that I could possibly put this piece on wrong, but I think I'm going to wait for the morning. So yeah, we'll see you in the morning. Well, obviously it's not morning anymore. Yeah, my appointment got really involved. And what happened was, a couple of months ago, my doctor moved out of town. Sent out letters saying you're going to have to find a new doctor. Well, I did. I found a new doctor and I went and saw him for the first time this morning. And of course, he gives me a requisition to get blood work done. And well, you try and get blood work done now, what with this COVID thing going on. The lineup, it's, well, it's lined up out the door at the lab. So I get back here and I find out that I can make an appointment. So I've got an appointment for the lab for noon tomorrow, actually 12:30. So I don't know how tomorrow's going to go. I did get this glued back on here. I used CA thin, and then when I used the BSI curing agent, it came out a little bit heavier than I had hoped. And anyway, fortunately, after it's evaporated off of the paint, look off my number 22 here, it seems to be back to normal. So I'm seeing a little bit of staining in some places. Anyway, my plan now is I want to repaint over top of the CA repair job here. But at least we got this fixed. But I don't know if we're going to get any of these pieces on. Actually, they should go pretty easy. They just sort of fit into place. Why don't I just quit talking and we'll move in and see if we can't just paint over top of my repair job here. You know, I shouldn't complain. One of the viewers commented, I think, in yesterday's video, and he was saying how that hurricane they had in Louisiana, well, he had apparently a lot of house damage, but he himself, and I guess, is okay. So I can't complain. It could be worse. Yeah, it could be a lot worse. Anyway, let's just move in a little bit here and have a look. Okay, I've decided I am not going to put the macro lens on, because then you're really going to see all the glaring, clumsy mistakes, you might say. As it is, it looks pretty, well, I don't know, heavy-handed, you might say. But anyway, I've got these 4 pieces as well as the 2 on the side glued back on. And now this is thinned out for the airbrush. Now I may not be doing this exactly in the right angle for you, but the main thing is that it's probably going to shrink wrap. Now in order that the paint doesn't show, see, maybe if I go like this, we can both see it. I'm just sort of, you might say, pooling it on, but I'm going to have to put it across the entire thing here. Otherwise there's going to be a distinctive difference. I think that once this dries, it should dry flat. And we'll get it on the side here. Oh, by the way, that curing agent worked really, really well. This isn't going on as smoothly as I thought it would. Now, I don't know if I should try to go down the front of this thing on the face of it here where it's sloped. Maybe I'll just go like that and see how it, I think it'll probably be alright. Now, did we do this one? I don't think so. See, did I do this one? Yeah, I think I did that one. Maybe I should be, I think I'm going to have to take this off and hold it up close to my face so I can see better, and then we'll look at it after it dries. Okay. Quite a while ago we stuck this on here, and the reason it's hanging over the edge there is because there's two little photo etch brackets, so I want to be careful I don't break them off. And now it seems to me that maybe I'll have to use the time lapse here. This is really sticking on there. There we go, it's starting to come now. Alright. Now it seems to me that I did try this, and it did fit on there. And I think I remember saying something about if this blue text stays on there, it won't make any difference because no one can see under there anyway. Alright, so we got that. Now these two pieces have to match up with these two right here. So that means, oh, I'm getting a delivery. You know what that is? That's my winter boots for the snowmobile. I mean for the snowblower. Anyway, I don't want to stop right now. Normally I run out and thank the guy, but I'm sort of in the middle of something here. Alright, now these two brackets, they must go against something here. Maybe against the side of this. So I have to be so careful where I hang on to this. Maybe I'll just gently set it down and then I'll reposition the camera here. Okay, don't fall off. Now, we are just sort of doing a dry run here, and I have to be very mindful that there are so many little things sticking out all over the place that I can accidentally break off. And so I have to think to myself, where do I grab and which way am I going to twist? Okay, so now we got to get this in there. Oh my, telephone. Okay, I'm back. That was my favorite daughter. In fact, it's my only daughter. Okay, now let's try it this way. I think that one's. I think they're supposed to. I think this is supposed to fit on the inside of this. So let's just go like this. Now remember, we're just doing a dry run here. There. I do believe it's in place. Now I should be watching where I'm putting my finger on the other side. Okay, I think that if we were to put some Revell glue all around the inside of both of those, maybe just a little bit on the top of this. Now we don't need to, we don't have to glue it down really, really hard. It's not like somebody's going to grab hold of this and try and pick up the ship by it or something. So, all right, let's just do that. I'll set it down over here. Very, very. Oh no, I can't set it down. I'll think of something. It's still warm enough outside that we have to mow our grass. Now let's see if I can just delicately put a little bit along the top here. Let's see if we have it run on the inside than the outside. Okay, now remember we concluded that it worked good if we did it like this. Sort of. Well, it worked good before. Why is it not working good again? Oops. Oh, there. It's locked in place now. Okay. Now, I don't think that's going to fall off. Let me look around the other side here. All right. Now, how did I miss this? Okay. I guess I shouldn't complain. He's actually mowing my front yard. I don't know if you saw that, but I caught one of those booms with my finger. Now, I don't know how much time has passed since we painted this, but it looks pretty dry. And I was going to take it off of this block here. It actually goes right there. But it seems to me I said we'll take a close look at it, so I better put it back on the rotator and stick the macro lens on, and we'll just see how those connections look now that the paint is dry. The way I'm looking at it right now, they're not bad. Not bad. Anyway, let's do that. Let's put it on the rotator. Now, I'll be the first to admit when I look in the monitor, it looks pretty crude. But you know, at normal viewing distance, it actually looks good. We are going to have to call her quits. I have stuff that I have to do. And maybe I'll come back at this evening and we'll be gluing this piece on here. Or maybe I won't. But we'll find out tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we will see you tomorrow.